gonna say, you ain't hit me up, you ain't paid child support, you ain't did this. But at the end of the day, I only trust two people in this world. Me and the other ain't you. And I'm just out here to get money and bitches. Hey, talk to this dudes, man.
This is something that you gotta know. The time is now, so I gotta go. Put the hundreds on top. I've been gone for a second. They don't know me on the block, no. My homies don't say much.
Welcome to the first ever Fouled Out podcast. Uninformed, unathletic, uncensored, and for today, unorganized. I'm Anthony. Go ahead and introduce yourself, guys.
What's up, everybody? I'm Doug.
And my name is Kevin, and I'd like to shout out Doug for the good artwork on the Fouled Out first attempt, Anthony for hooking up the Twitch, and Jaron, that's a good song, buddy. I like it if you're listening.
It's a great song.
All right, so how are we going to start this out here? So,
I think we got to talk about free agency.
Yep, free agency is a good one. And what are the biggest moves you're seeing?
Well, obviously, you got the Clippers, you got the Lakers, Rockets. That was a big move. That was a power move.
Yep, Nets looking good.
Nets are looking great.
So we'll break down, what do you think, Clippers first?
Yeah, let's talk about Clippers.
All right, so during the offseason, it's looking like they got Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, and they're retaining the rest of their team for a couple years at least. And it looked like at first Kawhi was going for 3 years with the player option, but he went down to 2 years with a 1.
That sets up 2 years free agency pretty big, too.
Yep. Who do you think the favorite is for you in the West?
I'm probably going to go Clippers.
Yep. Clippers, Lakers. What do you got for like your top 8 spots?
Top 8.
Or at least your first 4.
I'm going to go first 4 for now because I think 8's too hard in the West. So I got 1 Clippers, 2 Lakers, 3 Rockets, and 4 I'm going to put Denver.
Okay. See, I don't think the Rockets are going to be up there. I got Trailblazers that are going to take that spot. So I'm going to go Clippers, Lakers, Utah, Denver.
I like
Those are my
that.
first 4.
I like
And
that.
you got anything that you want to talk about?
Nope.
All right. So we'll just keep going then. Lakers. How you feel? I know
Bring
it's
up
your
that-
team.
Yeah, that's my. So everybody, I'm a Lakers fan. Actually, I'm a fan of LeBron. So wherever LeBron goes, that's where I go. Cleveland, Miami, no Lakers. That's my team.
Why don't you guys quick run through what the changes were for people who don't know, like me?
All right. Yeah, we can do that. So Lakers this year they brought in Anthony Davis for Lonzo, Ingram, Hart.
The
Their whole
fourth
team?
draft pick. Yeah, the whole team basically.
Yeah, they gutted their team for Anthony Davis, then went into free agency.
They retained one player out of that whole mix, and it was Kuzma.
Yeah, which is their best player, I thought, besides
Yep.
LeBron.
So looking up the roster now, they have a whole new lineup. Picked up Avery Bradley. They have Contavious Caldwell-Pope. They have Cousins, which is going to be huge. Troy Daniels, Jared Dudley, Danny Green, JaVale McGee, Rondo, and LeBron. And I think that lineup is going to be solid.
So who do you think's their starting lineup there?
Starting lineup is going to be Avery Bradley, Danny Green, LeBron, Ant Davis, and Cousins, and they're going to have Kuzma coming off the bench.
You see Kuzma off the bench?
Yep.
I like that. I definitely don't think they're going to play JaVale McGee at the start.
Nope.
That's-
He'll be a second unit player.
I think
with Rondo.
I think Cousins comes back this year and is strong.
Yeah.
He showed out a few times last year. Especially he had one game in the playoffs where it was him. and
Game
that's
2,
it.
he was going crazy. And then Cousins' weight loss is nuts. He
Yeah,
looks like he dropped like 20,
He looks like a
25
skinny
pounds.
Joe Budden.
I seen him this morning on Instagram signing sneakers for Puma, and he was looking skinny.
Yeah, I like that. I think he definitely starts. Avery Bradley is a confusing one for me because like
He's scrappy.
he's scratched.
I think he'll fit fine. I like him. I think that. What was the note?
Closer to the mic.
Oh, closer to the mic. Okay, I stepped away for a second. Yep, I sat back in the seat. But yeah, I like the Avery Bradley acquisition. I think he's strong. He's a tough player. They got him for a good deal. I don't know exactly the numbers on it, but it was probably just a couple years for $9 million or something like that, somewhere around that. But when it comes down to the playoffs and they're playing 7 people, that's a solid lineup.
No, I think he was a great addition for the starting lineup though. I feel like Kuzma's gonna want that starting spot.
Not at the 2 though, not at the guard position, because you need, you know what I'm saying? Who's going to defend the backcourt?
You could put LeBron at point, I guess.
That's what they said, but then Frank Vogel said that they weren't.
Said it was
They said that LeBron's been playing point for other for every team he's been at. He's the primary ball handler, but he's not the actual point guard because you need somebody to defend the court.
Yeah, you need someone to defend the point, and that's just not LeBron. I mean, in this day and age, there's no really positions in basketball anymore.
No.
So you got LeBron just being the ball handler, and that's pretty much it.
You know who I'm liking? I like the Utah Jazz a lot. I think Grant and Mike Conley is strong as hell. I think that the acquisition of Bojan Bogdanovic from the Pacers.
I think that's one of the best pickups this year, honestly.
Yeah,
especially for that.
He's filthy.
Who do you got for their starting five?
The starting five is going to be Conley at the 1, Donovan Mitchell at the 2, Bogdanovic at the 3. I'm not sure who's going to play the 4 because they got rid of Derek Favors. And the 5 is, Joe Ingles will play too. I'm not sure what the starting 5 will be then. Joe Ingles will be in there somewhere.
Gobert too.
And then they'll have Gobert the defensive player of the year 2-time. He'll be the 5.
Dirty. I'm surprised how young he is.
Yep.
He's like 25.
I was going to say 24 to 26.
I'm pretty sure he's 25 now, but dude's a monster.
Any topics, any followers want to talk about? Or any listeners? Do we have any listeners out there?
Well, I think maybe we can go through the changes to the Clippers. Get to Houston after that.
Clippers are going to be feisty as hell. With Paul George. So Paul George was the runner-up. He was the third runner-up for MVP last year. He averaged about 28 points a game. I don't know, probably close to like 8 rebounds, some assists, like 6 assists maybe. I don't know
off the top of my head.
Adding him next to Kawhi, that makes them a favorite for sure.
That's got Jordan, Pippen written all over.
They got Zubac for basically nothing from the Lakers, and he's young as hell. He's gonna be
he's
great.
Good too.
Montrezl Harrell on the bench with Lou Williams. That's the best bench in the.
Does Montrezl come off the bench or does he start?
I don't know. I think he'll come off the bench. He'll average about 20.
I love Lou Williams too. I think him on the bench is just one of the best pieces they could ever have.
And then we take it to the East, Sixers.
Sixers,
Philly fans, and you're a Philly fan, the basketball team, but I know you like Philly sports.
Go Birds.
Go Birds.
Let's bring up their. I know they got Josh Richardson. They got rid of they replaced Jimmy Butler with Josh Richardson, which is a young defensive pit bull. Josh Richardson is tough, and then they added one of the best defenders in the league with Al Horford. They're going to be filthy.
We were talking about Philly, bro. That's foul number 1. That's the Celtics.
Oh my God, we got foul number 1 on Kevin. Oh, this is a foul number 1 on Doug.
Didn't get Josh Richardson, did they?
Bro, Philly got Josh Richardson and Philly got Al Horford.
Oh shit, you got me. All right, foul number 1 on me.
Okay.
Foul number 1. So to just clarify, 3 fouls and you're fouled out, and that goes for any incorrect statement or fact that needs to be fact checked, and you come up wrong.
Yeah. So that tossed me off. They're gonna be great.
Yeah, I really like Al Horford being on there just because it gives Embiid a lot of spacing.
Yo,
he doesn't.
I like how the NBA is coming back to a duo league.
Me too. I
mean, other than the Warriors, still have Draymond and Klay Thompson. Well, they got D'Angelo Russell too, but they'll probably get rid of him after.
I think he gets traded.
Yeah, he'll probably be done after. And it's back to a duo league with. You like Rockets. You like the Harden and Westbrook. I think they're going to be terrible. But let's talk about that for a little bit.
I see them being good, man.
All right. Okay. I'll break down why I think they're
starting 5 real quick.
The starting 5. It's probably going to be Westbrook, Harden, 1 or 2 doesn't really matter because they both dribble the shit out of the basketball.
PJ Tucker probably the third.
I don't know if they still have PJ.
I think they got PJ still.
Well, pretty positive. I know Capella's still running the 5. Let me bring up the current roster.
Are you willing to bet a foul that they have PJ Richardson?
It's not. Well, that's a foul right
there. PJ Tucker?
I got my first foul on me.
No, he's going to stay around.
All right. But
nobody's leaving.
Okay, now you want to know. They still have PJ. And they added what? Yeah, they got Austin Rivers, but the starting 5 would probably look something like they got Tyson recently acquired, Tyson Chandler, that is.
They grabbed Anthony Bennett, too.
He's trash as hell.
Yeah, I know. I'm just honestly confused how he's in the
You're saying how is he in the league, but Melo isn't? It's probably because of the money. You know what I'm saying? Like, Melo doesn't want to take a veteran minimum. He might for the Lakers or something, but I don't see it.
I think he should. He needs to be in the league at least.
I'm looking at their lineup, and I don't know their starting 5 yet.
So Anthony Bennett was a first overall pick, correct? For the Cavs. First overall pick. Let's talk about first overall picks that were absolute busts.
So far, it's looking like that cat last year. What's his name there? Markelle Fultz.
Oh, yeah.
He's doing terrible. He's bounced around the league. He doesn't look too good. He's at the Magic right now. They don't know what they're doing.
I think it's safe to call him a bust. I think it's all in his head, though. He can't shoot, and I think that's a mental thing.
And then, to be honest, I don't know how many other draft picks are busts going back years and years. That's a bad. I mean, I can't go off the top of the head on that.
Well, there's some old draft like. It doesn't even have to be
Sam Bowie and shit like that.
It doesn't even have to be the first.
For Jordan.
Yeah, shit like that.
Back to the Rockets thing, though, what I was talking about. You got Harden being a dominant ball handler. He barely passes. Last year, he scored like 100 points unassisted. That's just a number I'm throwing out there. But he scored so many points without having one person assist him. Westbrook is also just a crazy ball handler. Having the two of them, I don't know, man.
Westbrook brings a lot of other stuff to the table too, though. I mean, just them two. Either one of them.
He can pass. He doesn't cut though on the screens. He's not the best defender. Harden, we know, is not the best defender. So that right there makes those two a liability together right there. But yeah, people are gonna bring back. Oh, look what they did.
Look at their coach too.
Yeah, that's true. That's a run and gun team, though. And like I was saying, Westbrook misses 70% of his shots. So he's only shooting 30% from the three career. That's pretty bad.
No, he's a terrible shooter, but he does draw pressure. So people are going to have to put pressure on him.
And he fouls. He can.
And
he could run the floor. He plays very hard. That he does. And people bring up, though, the old YouTube playback from when he was playing with Harden. I mean, that's like...
their games are completely different now. Honestly. Yeah, Harden plays a different game.
Harden was playing 6-man at the time. Yeah. That's baby shit right there.
But I could still see them with fucking oops for days, driving and passing all day. That's going to be their game.
Yep. West brings it back, that little pick and pop, that little pull up by the foul line he used to love, just doing that at UCLA.
And this isn't going to change Harden's game much. He's still going to ISO all fucking day.
Yeah,
so that's what he does.
Yeah.
So I think they'll be good. You hate on them a little bit. You don't think?
Their win total right now with Chris Paul, they didn't update it yet, is like 53.5. And with Westbrook, I see it going down a few games because the chemistry isn't there. But I don't know, man. I think with that West being stronger, they could struggle to make. I mean, they'll make that 6, 7, 8 seed if that.
I'd probably put them higher than that, but
that could be me. Just
it all depends. They might not might not work well together, and that happens.
Yep.
But they already got a little bit of chemistry from before, and they're friends. It's not like they're not friends, so I think they'll be all right.
Yeah, definitely. Now, what do you think they do with Chris Paul? And what about the damn Thunder? Holy crap. Yeah. How many picks did they get?
That's like the best moves I've seen all season.
They got 100 picks. They could trade Chris Paul for even more.
I mean, who wants Chris Paul? Well, really.
$40 million a year is his contract. So whoever soaks up that money, I don't know. Somebody might want him.
For that much money, I don't see much people.
I was here in Miami had interest, but the problem is Goran Dragic's contract only has him at $19 million. So to make up the difference of $21 million is going to be too tough without trading a shit ton of players. So what they're talking about is getting a third and fourth team involved to try to keep circulating it. At the end of the day, the Thunder won, and at the end of the day,
they win with holding his contract. Still, they still win this.
That is the winner of the NBA draft. Sam Presti has shown
the offseason in full
since he was at the Supersonics. Now with the Thunder, he has shown that he can draft. He put together three MVPs. Yeah. He had Harden, Westbrook, and Durant all win an MVP.
It's honestly nuts. His draft record is insane. He drafted those three. He drafted Serge Ibaka.
Yep. The list goes on.
All right, guys, real quick, we got a message from Cousins Fouled Out 15. The Knicks are a 5 seed. What do you think?
That's Pat Burrows. Shout out to Pat. I'm not sure if it is, but I could see you saying that the Knicks will be a 5 seed.
I don't know about 5 seed.
I don't see him winning 30 games.
That's my team. I'm literally wearing a Knicks outfit.
Yeah, he's got the Knicks hat on, Knicks shirt. I want to bring up their win total for a second.
I think they were projected at like 29.5 wins.
I see 28. Okay. It's moved up. Some places have them at 28.5. Some have them at 29.5. You know what you do? You take under on that. I don't think they win 30 games. Barrett had one good game so far. Summer League means nothing. Last year they're saying Knox is going to be a Hall of Famer. So Summer League means nothing. But the Knicks, they could be all right. Julius Randle, if he averages like 24, and then
I think he Will.
What's that other cat? The shooting guard, Dennis Smith Jr. He needs to step up his game. If Dennis Smith, you said he was working on his passing, right?
He's been working with Chris Paul all offseason.
Yep. So I mean, I don't see him being a 5 seed. But then again, the East is weak.
They have a really interesting starting lineup. The Knicks though, Dennis Smith, and then for a backup they got Alfred Payton, who's a walking triple double. That's what he does.
Yeah.
So I mean, shooting guard they got fucking Knox still. He plays small forward shooting, but they have a lot of really talented pieces. RJ Barrett, he's probably going to start at shooting, and they got Mitch Robinson, who's honestly just
you love Mitchell Robinson.
He is just an amazing player to watch. He's going to be phenomenal.
So the East is weak in my eyes. They have like 3-4 good teams. So you obviously got we're gonna go with the Bucks, the Sixers. You got the
Philly.
Nets. Well, yeah, that's Philly. The Sixers is Philly. You got Nets. Even without Durant, I think they're still gonna make noise because you got Kyrie healthy. The Pacers, I think, will be good. I mean, coach is good, and when they were healthy last year, they were like 4th seed with Oladipo. When he gets back, he's always 25 points a game.
How do you think the Celtics fall in line?
I think the Celtics will be good. They had to get rid of some players that didn't want to really play there. It looks like Terry Rozier wasn't having a spot off the bench. He wanted to start, get more minutes, play a bigger role. Because the year before, his playoff run was super nice. They were really good. They went to the Eastern Conference, took Cavs to 7. They had Terry Rozier, Jaylen Brown, and they had Tatum playing great.
Yeah.
They thought Tatum was going to take
that was when
step.
They didn't.
Exactly. Yep.
And I mean, Hayward regressed.
Yeah.
Undoubtedly.
Yeah.
But
Hayward, I mean, once healthy, who knows what he'll do? But
Yeah.
right now, he's not looking like the spitting image.
I'm hoping he comes back this year and just goes up.
They say that like most injuries after their second year, they start to come back and play better. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping him, DeMarcus Cousins. I mean, Paul George did great after he came back after his second season back.
Yeah.
Now look at him. He had 28 last year, 3rd runner MVP. What's the note here?
Saying we got to turn up a little bit of mic sensitivity.
All right.
Or just read it out loud. I might as well just fucking say it.
Yeah. All right. We got to turn up the mic sensitivity. It's honestly because sometimes I'm.
Yeah, you go back too far and then I can't hear you because you just cut out.
Okay. So that's a problem we got to adjust. We'll fix it.
All right, for now, just lean up.
We got any other people saying anything?
PJ Abrigo, Magic, and 4 seed.
A Magic 4 seed.
I didn't even know the Magic was still an NBA team.
Yeah,
The Magic made the playoffs last year, all right? But the problem is they just signed all their money to the same players, and I don't know how much better their players are really going to get. I don't know how much they're going to develop.
If Fultz comes out playing
Fultz
like a
is
first draft pick, then maybe they might.
Fultz is fucking trash.
I don't see them breaking the top 5 on East.
No, I don't see the top 5. They'll make a playoff run, though.
I think they'll
I
be
seen
7,
a
8.
stat that what the hell is that? Their ISO player. Can't think of him off the top of the head.
Gordon?
Yeah, Gordon. He is the worst ISO player in the whole NBA. So he wants to be the star. He can't be the star though. He doesn't make enough baskets. Vooch made first time East All Stars last year. Yeah, Vooch is nice. They re-signed him, which is a smart move. Gave him $100 million plus. That's a good signing. And he'll continue to make the All Star. But I don't know how much better they're going to get.
Yeah, unless their players all just as a group get better. I don't see them really competing like that.
Yep, I hear you. All right, we're gonna take a. Grant's gonna go on a song. We'll take a. And then we'll come back to you with some betting odds.
2 minutes. 2-minute break. Let's get a little song going here. Let's finish out that song from the beginning, yeah? In case you guys haven't heard it.
You ain't paid child support. You ain't did this. But at the end of the day, I only trust 2 people in this world. Me and the other ain't you. And I'm just out here to get money and bitches. Hey, talk to this dudes, man.
This is something that you gotta know. The time is now, so I gotta go. Put the hundreds on top. I've been gone for a second. They don't know me on the block. No. My homies don't say much. Look at shorty, but you can't touch. I've been waiting on a check, I've been waiting on respect, I've been waiting too long, yo. Nothing was the same till I took it, this is not a game. We've been waiting longer on a song to blow that never came. I've been telling everyone I know that I'ma hit the fame, and when I do, I'm only going harder, that'll never change. Hop into my fantasy, boy became a casualty as soon as he became an enemy of what I plan to be. Welcome to my vision, you should quit if you can't hear me though. Only ones that listen, I consider them my family folk. I can't tell them what's been on my mind. It's dangerous, I'm playing with a different kind. Yeah, if shorty wanna slide, if she tryna get to know me, shit, charge her for the time. This is something that you gotta know. The time is now, so I gotta go.
Some of you guys might recognize this song, Jaron Payne, PSA. It was featured in Syracuse football's warm-up video last year. It's a pretty good song.
I've been waiting on a check, I've been waiting on respect, I've been waiting too long, yo.
Fuck what they all say.
All right, we're back
coming
live.
back live.
We're back. Sometimes when you're doing a lot of the talking, you give your break. All right, so now we're going to go over some of the win totals they have for the season. So I'm going to read them off. Let me know what you think, and I'll talk with you.
Yep.
So the Bucks, we didn't really talk about the Bucks in the offseason, which
Bucks had
they
some
lost
decent moves.
Mirotic, which sucks. Mirotic went overseas. He got the biggest overseas
Yeah,
contract
that shit was
ever.
crazy to me, honestly.
That is pretty insane. I think
That's the
that
first
next
time we've
year-
ever seen something like that.
And I think next year he was going to make the All-Star team.
He was
I
good.
thought Mirotic was
Real
on
good.
pace to make the All-Star team.
He was real good.
So their win totals at 55.5. Do you go over or under?
I think that's actually pretty accurate for them.
That's how I feel, but you got to give me your opinion.
I'd probably go under,
Okay.
just because I mean
They're gonna-
they did
you
lose
think
some
they're gonna
players.
regress a little bit from last year.
But I think Giannis is just going to get better.
Anthony,
So,
can you give us the Bucks wins from last year, the total, while we continue? But okay, I think the Bucks are going to win 60 games.
60 games?
Yes,
Wow.
I think the Bucks are going to go 60-22. I don't think
What's
that
their starting five look like? They got
They have George Hill, who they were signed to a 3-year deal. They did lose Malcolm Brogdon, which is big.
which is probably they got Middleton still.
They have Middleton at the starting two. They
Brooke
have
Lopez.
yeah,
They got
the
Robin
starting
Lopez
five.
now too. They got Lopez
Yep.
brothers.
They have Giannis, and you know what? It's perfect. You have Brooke Lopez as a shooting 5, okay, which stretches the floor, which makes it so Giannis can just penetrate over and over again in the paint. You have a stretch 5 like that, it takes their big man away. The whole paint is open.
Yeah, it's
You know,
honestly the perfect fit for
and they have
Giannis.
Ersan Ilyasova playing the 4. So you have 5 people other than Giannis who could shoot the 3, but you just space them all out so then he could just cut right through the hole.
Oh, yeah.
It works perfect every time.
I mean, that's the perfect system around him.
Yep. Ant, did you get us the win total by any chance?
Yep, it was 60 wins, 22 losses. So that was 40 wins in conference, 33 wins at home.
Again, that maybe give or take a game. I give them over 50.5. Losing Brogdon and not retaining Mirotic, I think they're still going to be up there.
I'd put him at like 55. So
That's perfect with
Yeah.
what they're at. So you go under. Anthony, can you write a note of this just so we have a little documentation?
of our scores.
Yeah, of our over
Well,
under.
we could always just rewatch this.
Oh yeah, for sure. We could do that too,
Yeah.
rather than just live doing. So the Clippers, they're at 56.5.
Ooh. I'm gonna say under just because of load management. I'm not gonna go higher than that.
Yeah, okay. I for load management because Paul George is coming off another significant shoulder injury on his shooting hand, I think it is. And Kawhi Leonard took off 22 games last season, which is a little over 1/4 of the regular season. A lot of people forget, but the thing about the Raptors is without Kawhi last year, they went 17-5. And what's his name? Pascal Siakam had a higher PER than anybody in the league during that time. And
That kid can play. He's
he was
amazing.
I called it before the season in a tweet in November after a few games that he was going to be the most improved player, and he did, going from 7 points a game to 17. And I also called that he's going to be a future All-Star, which next year Pascal Siakam is going to be an All-Star. There is no
Coming out
doubt
of the East,
about it.
100%.
Coming out of the East, but also looking at the fact of his production levels, and without Kawhi playing, when he and with him and what's his name? Was it Kyle Lowry?
Yeah.
I put him and Kawhi Leonard together into one name. Kawhi Lowry. I said,
I feel like that's a foul.
that's a foul.
That's a foul.
That's a foul.
All right,
Spitting too much info out at once, you know.
So what do we got? 1-1?
One and
Yeah,
one.
we got
man.
1 and
one.
1.
1 and 1 because you got one.
Well, yeah.
Can't really lose the host.
You're-
We'll see. Yeah.
If you foul out, you're not leaving the podcast. You just lost.
Okay. You just lost. We have to implement it if we ever get bigger. Like, no, they already do that on one of the game shows on ESPN where, like, once you lose, they cut your mic off.
Yeah.
And we can't afford to lose any of this now.
No.
But back to what we were saying.
All right,
Yeah.
so what's Houston got? We already talked about that.
You know what was cool? What did I call who was going to get the first pick?
We'll go into that later. We'll go into that when we talk about the rookies.
I called before the draft Pelicans get the first pick. Why? I'm not sure. I seen they only had a 6% chance, but there was a decent odd for it. It was like 20-1 if you bet them. $100 wins you $2,000. And I'm like, that would be a solid bet. Watch the Pelicans get it. And that night they drafted it.
That was crazy, man.
It was in play for your Knicks, and your Knicks would have been different because who knows what they would have done with Zion. You know his name. I'm
happy with RJ.
Dude, how long have we been on air? We have been on air this long, and we have not mentioned his name once.
I was holding out a whole subject for him.
His name hasn't been named once. Zion
All right,
Williamson.
so fuck the betting odds. Let's talk about Zion.
We could talk about Zion. What do you think about him so far?
You think he gets Rookie of the Year?
I think he gets Rookie of the Year for sure because if it's not him, it's RJ Barrett.
Yeah.
But RJ Barrett and Zion are so much flashier than it looks like the other rookies that are going to be playing. Ja Morant is going to be a monster, but who knows how many turnovers to assists his ratio is going to be to get him that.
He's very unproven in my eyes.
Okay. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie to nobody. Until I watched the tournament, I didn't really watch Ja Morant. I wasn't too sure who he was, but I watched Zion every single game with Barrett that they were televised. Yeah. I watched all of them, and he's going to be a stud. I heard that he's pushing right now at Summer League before he stepped out. He pushed 300 pounds, which is incredible. He's on a program to bulk right now, and right before the season, he's going to cut up and try to get down to 270. And once he does that, he's going to be flying. But there's one bad thing about him that I hear and I see. Zion, when he lands on his dunks, it's on one leg. Who also did that? Derrick Rose. When you land on one leg, you're more prone to get injured. He's got to start when he dunks and lands with that big body taking that impact. It's got to be on two. You can't do it like that throughout his career.
If his coaches don't change that form up quick, he's going to end up getting injured.
Yeah, and his three-point shot, I was at your house watching the Summer League. It's too damn slow. His release is, oh, man. We were talking about it, how slow it was. Then the next play, he shot one, and it got blocked.
Well, that's that Mitch Robinson effect.
Yeah, that's Mitch. But that's going to happen a lot
in
the NBA.
Yeah. He needs to speed that up, but, I mean, this point in your career, do you change your shot already?
I don't know if you change your shot, but you work on it, of course, to up the timing on it.
It needs to be quicker.
Yep.
He needs to not do them.
He definitely has to shoot him. And he's definitely – he might shoot 33% his first year. There's no way unless he shoots not that many shots, is he shooting 40%. No, I don't see it.
I don't see that ever happening in his career.
Maybe one day.
Until, like, if he does blow out a knee and then he switches.
I don't see him shooting.
No,
you're right.
He's not that player.
No,
but he brings you a lot of exciting shit.
Yep. And shout out to David Griffith. He is doing dirty things for the Pelicans. He got them in the right direction for sure. Losing Anthony Davis, but picking up that young core that he did from the Lakers, plus retaining All NBA defense Drew Holiday. He's
Drew Holiday is one of the most underrated players in the league.
I agree with that. And what's the problem though is, it's not really a problem. It's Drew Holiday is going to start for sure, but you also want Lonzo Ball out there too. So what you would probably do with that is put Lonzo at the one, his position, because his numbers are good for
think
how
about
old
that
he
defense.
is. Yeah, that defense is going to be real
nasty.
Good. And Brandon Ingram showed you he could score 20 on any given night.
Who's the number one option on that team this year?
They might revolve their offense around Zion, and I see Brandon Ingram getting a lot of shots. I see them two splitting it up a lot because Lonzo, unless he changes it around, he doesn't shoot the highest. He doesn't. Shoot
I love Lonzo's score yet in his career.
No, but
I think he'll get there.
Look at his career stats for his only couple of years. It's basically around like 10-10-10.
Yeah,
it's like 9-8-7.
Exactly, which is
dirty.
Amazing.
He's dirty.
People hate on him so much just because of his father, but
yeah, his father's a clown, but that's just him talking to the media.
Off the record, I hate his dad.
53.5 for the Utah Jazz.
I could see over actually.
Their lineup is filthy.
They have it's a great looking team on paper.
What is their start? Like we were talking about, it's got to be Conley, Mitchell, Then you put Joe Ingles at the 3, Bogdanovich at the 4, or vice versa, and then Rudy Gobert at the 5.
That's a pretty small ball. No, Rudy's.
So, yeah, it's looking like we're going to go Conley, Donovan Mitchell, and then at 3, they love Bogdan. And then, what's his name?
I don't know if he can start, though.
Who? Bogdanovich averaged 20 points a game last year and the year before.
Oh, I'm thinking of somebody else then.
Joe Ingles is filthy, too. He's one of the best three-point shooters in the league.
I love Joe Ingles.
And then, yeah, that's going to be their starting 5. And off the bench is going to come Ed Davis at their 5. They're going to have Dante Exum, Jeff Green, Emmanuel Mudiay. Remember Mudiay?
Yeah, he's on the Knicks last year.
Yeah.
I like Jeff Green, though.
Jeff Green. Yep.
Jeff Green confuses
He's a traveler.
Me.
He's
he
a career
confuses
traveler. Place to place.
He likes to sign 1-year deals.
That's what he likes to do. Yep. Jeff Green, and then the one from the Rockets there, too. Was it Gerald Green? Gerald Green and Jeff Green, both travelers. So what else we got for these win totals? Let me see here. All right, we have the Sixers at 53.5 also. And you know what? For the Jazz, 53.5, I'm going to go over also. I'm going to give 4 wins.
Yeah.
I'm going to say
I wouldn't say they go over a lot, but yeah, 4 wins sounds pretty good there. Sixers, that's tough. Sixers are a hard team to think about right now. Because I love Tobias Harris, but he's not Jimmy Butler. And losing Butler is going to be a pretty big impact. He was good for them.
Yeah, but I think picking up Josh Richardson is going to pick up a lot of that defensive pressure that Jimmy Butler was.
Yeah, that was a great pick.
But, you know, you can't. It's going to be tough to replace Jimmy 17, 18 a game. You know.
Do you think Tobias has that?
Absolutely. Tobias will definitely give you that. He was looking at West All-Stars.
And you got to think Horford.
They gave him a max deal for a reason.
He wants to be there. That's why they give him a max, which is you can't. That's what you want in an NBA player right now.
They really want. I heard that they really wanted Jimmy there. Philly loved Jimmy.
Yeah,
they showed Jimmy a lot of love there. He was gritty. He's Philly's personality.
Yeah, but I don't get what's up with him either. At 1 minute he wants to contend. He wants to lead a team.
He wants to be the number one team because you know what? He was at Chicago for a while, and they were really good at Chicago for a minute, and then Chicago fell right off once he was injured and such. But I think that they'll be all right.
I like him to Miami. I think he is their number one guy there.
He fits Pat Riley. At just working hard, gritty defense, and just working hard for sure.
Yeah.
And then they got the Rockets at 52.5, but I think that's with Chris Paul. I don't think.
Yeah, we're not going to be able to go over.
Yeah, I don't think that's with Westbrook yet, and I don't want to talk about them anymore. I'm not sure how they're going to be.
All right, boys. It's time for closing statements and hot takes. We've already got over 30 minutes of content here. So let's get your hot takes, your bold predictions, and say a little goodbye.
Hot take is this: tune in next week, and we'll give you more.
I'll give you a bold prediction. I don't think the Lakers are in the top 5.
That's ridiculous.
It's a bold. I said he wants bold predictions.
Oh, okay. I'm just giving you the come back next Sunday, and
I'm not talking just in the West, in total.
Yeah, they're gonna be top 3 West for sure. All right, goodbye.
All right, goodbye, everybody.
Thank you for listening. We'll catch you next week, next Sunday. More NBA stuff. I'm just as confused as you are. Thanks for watching Followed Out, listening to Followed Out. We'll see you next time.